because there was so much energy, I believe, in trying to hide it or trying to make it acceptable, there was not a lot of energy on knowing how to actually do what is good for our hair, right? Every day you're doing perms or relaxers, all that stuff on your scalp, on your hair. Like, that's not what black hair needs. I can even look at my own experience and be like, it was very much a journey I had to go through in my adult life. And that can be a little awkward. Like, if you're at that phase where you really want to feel beautiful, you want to date, you want to attract men of the opposite sex, but like, you like literally don't know how to do your own hair. You don't know how to do your hair as it is because you spent so much time hiding.
I don't know what it's called, but as a black girl, I feel like we've all experienced this. Like, there's such a stigma around us being bald-headed. Like, they be like, oh, y'all hair only get this length, or, that's why I wear weaves or whatever. So I remember as a little girl, my mama had freshly cut my hair. And I was going to, I think, like the 7th grade dance. And it was like right here. She cut it. She trimmed it. And I remember in my pictures, I could go like this, and I was going like this, thinking it was cute, go make my hair look longer. She was like, stop bending your neck like that. Your hair ain't gonna get no longer than what it is. And I remember whenever I would want to wear, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'll insert pictures, like, white girls and like other races of girls that just have that naturally long hair can do small, tiny buns, and it's like cute. I have never been comfortable. Like, I'm starting to be comfortable now because I know I have hair, and that's where you got to be. Like, you got to know that you got hair in your head. Like, don't worry about what nobody think. But if I want to do a small tight bun, I would be so scared to do that because it's like, oh my gosh, people don't think I'm bald-headed. It's like this dysmorphia, like a hair dysmorphia that black girls have. Like, people be like, my hair is long now. Whenever it's not to the length I want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so there's a couple of things that she's touching upon. I do agree with her as far as just black women and there being just so much trauma, mixed feelings, mixed emotions around here, because I would argue majority of us who grew up with women in our life who told us how to hide our hair or told us how to try to make it in a way that made us acceptable so that we could assimilate, so that we could get the job, or we could not be judged in certain settings. Like, I can say for myself, like, I knew, okay, if I'm going to a job interview, if I'm going to try to get an opportunity, I'm going to wear my hair a certain way versus if I'm in this environment, that environment. So like, we grew up kind of knowing like our natural hair was grew out of our head could be seen as a threatening. So there was a lot of energy trying to assimilate or trying to make it appear threatening or as non-black as possible. Now the problem with that is because there was so much energy, I believe, in trying to hide it or trying to make it acceptable, there was not a lot of energy on knowing how to actually do what is good for our hair, right? Every day you're doing perms or relaxers, all that stuff on your scalp, on your hair. Like, that's not what black hair needs. Like, black hair oftentimes it needs moisture, it needs rest, it needs the right oils, the right products. Like, it doesn't need to be relaxed all the time, all that heat on it, trying to keep it straight. Like, that's not what it needs. But what I'm saying is because there was so much energy put into trying to make it assimilate or make it acceptable, a lot of ladies just didn't know what their actual hair type needed. Their hair type, their porosity, like, they have no idea. So you get of age to where now, like, you want to feel beautiful, you want to feel comfortable, but you have no idea how to actually do that with your own natural hair type or with your hair out as it is, right? I agree with her because I think a lot of black women have that experience. Like me, I didn't even realize my hair type until probably I got into college. And then, because at that point, my parents weren't paying for my hair anymore and they weren't paying for it to get straightened every week because I used to get my hair straightened every month. And so I didn't even really know my hair type at all until I didn't have money to pay for it getting straight. And then I was like, crap, I gotta figure this out. But I'm just saying, it's like, I can even look at my own experience and be like, it was very much a journey I had to go through in my adult life. And that can be a little awkward. Like, if you're at that phase where you really want to feel beautiful, you want to date, you want to attract men of the opposite sex, but like, you like literally don't know how to do your own hair. You don't know how to do your hair as it is because you spent so much time hiding, right? And now you enter the wigs and the weaves. Like, the wigs and the weaves are so much more prevalent now than they were when I was coming of age. But now you got young girls cool with it, tracks, lace fronts. I mean, it's just a whole nother level. So I'm saying what she's saying, I think is so right. I think there's still a lot of unlearning and relearning like black women need to have about their hair specifically. And I think what it comes to is first recognizing that like black hair is so unique. Like, because black hair is so unique, it should be something that we embrace, that we nurture, that we rock with pride, because nobody else can wear hair like we can wear hair. Like, nobody else has a hair texture. But instead of seeing it as like a reason to be proud or a reason to take a lot of pride in that, that I think women will look at that and then want to hide and then try to be like Becky with the good hair, or do certain hairstyles are not good for black hair, or try to wear weaves to try to emulate other races of women. And it continues to send this message that like your hair isn't good enough. So I think she's definitely right. So she has a few more things to add, and then
I want my ponytail. This is a hot ponytail. I want this ponytail to be like right here. Then I might be more satisfied. Like, okay, yeah, I got some hair on me. I got some hair on me. But what is that called? Like, we have a name for everything. I feel like as black girls, you understand what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to certain hairstyles that might be cute and trendy on a different race, I feel like it make me just look like I don't got no hair and I just can't wear it. So yeah, let's just talk about that because it's just so strange. Like, I remember like my hair be so damaged because I'll be like straightening it and wouldn't cut it. I was scared to cut my hair. But now I know cutting your hair makes it grow better. But
I don't know if there's like a specific word for it. I do think some of it starts though with just a deep root of self-hatred. Like, I think that's more generational. I think that's more like in the subconscious of some black folks to this day. Black women in particular feeling like their hair doesn't measure up in some way. At the end of the day, listen, like there's just certain hairstyles as a black woman you're not going to be able to do as effective as white women. Whereas there's also some hairstyles white women cannot do as effectively as black girls. So I think the problem becomes as black women, we continue to try to embrace white things, even white hairstyles, right? Like you see white girls with fine hair try to get box braids or try to get cornrows, like that stuff takes their hair out. Like not only is it harder to put in, their hair slippery, their hair can actually thin out. Whereas a black woman can wear box braids, cornrows, these different things, and that's a protective hairstyle. So I'm just saying, like, I think it also comes with recognizing like, yeah, there are certain hairstyles that just are not going to look as good on black women that are going to look better on white women. But at the same time, there are certain hairstyles on white women that are going to look better on black women. You know what I mean? So I think it's just being acceptance, like knowing who you are, your hair type, and then just you got to find what works for you. And what works for you is not going to be based upon what works for somebody else. Those are my thoughts. But anyways, what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening. Also be sure to check out my book, Aisha Learns to Love Her Hair, where we teach young girls starting young how to love, embrace, and nurture their hair type. Check it out and we'll talk later, okay? Bye.